is movement within the French encampments. Our people grow uneasy.
The people have bigger problems. Our coffers threaten to become bare.
You talk of war and gold when it is our faith that matters.
Faith? How can the Pope expect troops for his crusade when
My lords,
our borders are
there
in
are
danger?
more subtle ways to deal with the French.
Intrigue is
Just
irrelevant
give
if
the
our
word.
borders are attacked.
Your call for
Cloak and
honesty
Well,
dagger.
is
sit
so
behind
strong.
your
How can our
Byzantine
people
My
rebellion.
spies,
so
We must
pure
raise our
and
arms and
fighting
defend
our
our...
Enough! I've made my decision. Squire, fetch my armor!
Europa Universalis 4, Emperor. Make your reign endure.
Peggy 16.
Every citizen of our kingdom has a right to live a calm and peaceful life. To live without fear and reap what they sow. But now, that very life we hold dear hangs over our heads. Will you take up arms? Will you fight for our people?
Strengthen your resolve and fight the darkness that aims to consume us all. fight for our people? Will you fight for your king?
In every age, there is a cause worth fighting for. But in the future, the greatest threat to our survival will not be men at all. Now the youth of tomorrow must face an enemy more devastating than any ever imagined.
Go, go, go! Move!
Troopers, with me!
Slitherine takes you to the front lines of the next frontier. Starship Troopers, Terran Command.
As your leader, I have brought stability and economic growth to our nation.
I will keep on pursuing powerful allies, where mutual trust benefits us all. Beset from all sides, I will continue to defend our rights, our values, and our way of life. I will keep on treating our neighbors and all nations with the utmost respect. But first and foremost, I will keep on taking care of what makes our nation truly great. Its people. It's time for a second term.
Peggy 16.
Your brother was lost thanks to the deceit and treachery of your enemies. Now, the weight of your bloodline lies on your shoulders. Be thankful to your enemies, for they teach you the ways to power. You must learn the ways of commerce and combat, but never fight with swords when a dagger will do. Keep your enemies close. The first step in avoiding the trap is knowing it is there. Real strategy requires cunning. Remember that, and your dynasty will rule this land through the ages.
Dear meat sacks, aliens, and androids, I proudly present to you Spacebase Startopia. It will be breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
Help us, Commander. Commander, I hope you had a pleasant trip. Welcome to Spacebase Startopia, a donut-shaped, burgeoning funhouse of cold, hard steel. Organic cell clusters may find a place to live, work, and relax here. Like Gary here. Hello, Gary. Our 3 unique decks leave nothing to be desired for well-traveled space captains of any species. Whether you're seeking comfort or thrills, Spacebase Startopia is always your best choice. To keep Startopia the paradise it is, the tireless buzzer droids are always at work. Even a utopia can have its problems, so every now and then there can be issues. But I guarantee you that any genetic anomalies and minor duplication errors are entirely within the acceptable range for an AI such as myself. You can trust me to take good care of you and the other citizens. Except Gary. I never liked Gary. What are you waiting for, Commander? Spacebase Startopia is waiting for you. Oh, before you unpack, please can you present a valid boarding pass?
Hello everyone out there in the Wasteland. On today's show I want to talk to you about our world. The world you see now is a very scary place. Democracy, equality, and freedom all died when the bombs fell. And we've been walking on their ashes ever since. Especially here in Colorado.
There's too many men, too many people making too many problems.
The 3 children of our patriarch are even more ruthless than he is. We live in a society built on violence.
Can't you see this is the land of confusion?
But it wasn't always like this. Over 100 years ago, everything was different. I believe we can get back there, if we fight this oppression. If we are fearless against the evils of the world, we can be everything we were in 1987. That's our show for the day. Tune in tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the dangers of cannibalism.
Can't you see this is the land of confusion?
As we all know, reaching the Red Planet was not humanity's greatest achievement. Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was. So they can succeed where we failed. So they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars and begins their mission. Amy, are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
Peggy 16.
Ronnie O'Neill. He's been a thorn in my side. And now he says he wants to cut a deal. He doesn't know what's coming. But first, let's go back to the beginning. A week ago, I got into Chicago. And as soon as I did, I started handing out my calling card. It wasn't long before I was building an empire and making contacts. I had a few ups and downs along the way. Eddie and Marie fell in love and ran off. And sure, Tammy's the best shot in town. If she doesn't show up drunk, that is. And Jack? No one would mess with Jack. Old Ronnie didn't take too well to my way of doing business. Now he thinks he's got me pegged. He ain't got nothing. What he doesn't know is I've been making deals all around town, and I got just enough cops to look the other way. Those who work with me are afraid of nothing. I almost feel bad for the guy. He's just a step on my way to the top. But if it wasn't me taking him down, it'd be somebody else. Think you got what it takes? Come and get it.
The money! The money!
All right.
Oh, bugger. The boss is not gonna like this. Sorry about that.
No worries, mate.
A hostile alien force arrives in the outer solar system, sending infiltrators to subvert Earth's governments as it builds an invasion fleet. A UFO crashes to Earth. Scientists find evidence that an alien life form has escaped into the wilderness. World leaders gather to determine Earth's response to this momentous event. But consensus proves impossible, and rival human factions arise from the conflict, each with their own agenda. As commander of the Resistance, you must recruit a council of leaders dedicated to protecting humanity from the looming alien threat. Your council of political and media figures, scientists, tycoons, military commanders, and covert operatives will undertake critical missions to draw Earth's nations to your cause and advance your faction's goals. Councillors must contend with shifting political conditions to secure alliances and employ both warfare and subterfuge to safeguard humanity as it moves into space. For victory will not be on Earth alone. Explore a detailed model of the solar system's planets, moons, and asteroids, and compete with other factions to harness the resources of these worlds, with the ultimate goal of constructing a fleet to defeat the alien invaders. Establish mining outposts to extract the raw materials your forces will require. Build and upgrade space stations to develop new technologies and expand your industrial capacity. Defend your assets while deploying your fleet to combat both hostile human factions and alien forces. Command warships in battles where momentum and maneuver are keys to victory. And preserve the independence of humankind. Terra Invicta, a grand strategy alien invasion game.